stay calm and all that. All right, come on now. You know, I've been thinking for a while that I think I'm a naturally thirsty guy. I'm a naturally thirsty person. You know, it's like when I see a female, it's like I have to make my presence known. Like, you know, I'm not like a, I'm not like a player or like a man whore or like a ladies man, but like when I see like a fine joint or like a sexy joint, cute joint, or if I see like a butterface. Anybody doesn't know what a butterface is, it's like you ugly in the face, but you got a nice body. So like, I, I think I'm just a naturally thirsty guy. Um, yeah. I mean, let me know if you're, if you're, if you're like me, because I don't know. I feel like I am. Like I don't mean to be like that. It's just when I see a Joan, it's like I gotta go talk to her. You know, like half of the time I'm like I'm really just talking to you. The other half I'm like, hey yo, what's up, man? What's up, man? I don't mean to be like that. It's just I guess it's in my blood. I don't know. Now, let me know if you can relate. Are you naturally thirsty? It's in your blood. Like you can't help it. You know, it's like you was born right-handed or something. I don't know. Like you know, you was born with flawless skin, or you was born with you know green eyes. You can be born thirsty. You know, let me know if you can relate, if you're the same way. Like I don't mean to be like that, but it's in my blood. Just saying. Sup though. I mean, if you want a shirt, link is in the description. Just saying. Just saying. Hey, you ready? Let's go. Don't drive in the desert alone. Who the hell would drive in the desert alone? Who the hell?
I love to adventure. I've been to almost all 50 states. I've seen my fair share of diversity within nature and people.
Okay.
My main reason for travel is to explore the wilderness.
What?
Sometimes I will backpack in the Rocky Mountains.
That is so crazy. I was not expecting him to say that. My main reason, to travel is to explore the wilderness. Like, what the hell? My main reason to travel is to see different shit. You know, to come across different foods I've never had, to come across different stores I've never been to come across different, hotels or parks or, landscapes. Not no goddamn woods, bitch. Like,
drive through national parks, and then drive through the desert. Growing up on the East Coast, I didn't get to experience the desert much.
Okay.
So I tend to favor the desert drive over the mountainous drive. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I haven't experienced anything too odd in the desert, other than the sheer feeling of loneliness. My favorite time to drive through the desert is at night, because the stars majestically illuminate the terrain. About a month ago, however, I saw more than just sand and stars on this particular drive.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I was driving through the desert in Arizona. Nightfall was closing in on me, which was one of the best times. The sunset across the desert brought me to a whole new place. Sometimes I would even camp out in my car, because in a sense, I loved how alone I was out there. Normally I would bring my dog with me, but my parents were in town, so I was all alone this time.
Oh my god.
Again, with nightfall approaching, I didn't know whether I should camp out or keep driving home.
Keep driving
I
home.
figured my parents would want to see me, and I was only about an hour from the house, so I continued through the quickly darkening desert. If any of you have ever been through the desert in Arizona, you would know that you occasionally see horses and other animals along the side of the road.
Oh, word?
So seeing figures on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere isn't anything out of the ordinary.
It is to
About
me.
45 minutes from my house, my high beams pick up on a different figure.
Oh, shit.
It looked like a person.
Oh, speed the hell up.
Being the generous person that I am.
Come on, you got me with that shit. You don't even have to go on with that sentence. You don't even have to go on with that story. I can see where this is going. Talk about being the generous person I am. What? What? You know somebody clucking up when they start off a conversation like that. You know, like, see somebody on the side of the road. Being a generous person I am. You know, you see somebody fall out of a wheelchair. Being a generous person I am. You know, you see somebody in the gym and they on their last rep, they doing the bench press and they on the last rep and they struggling and this shit come down on their goddamn neck. Hey, being a generous person I am. Nah. You know, you see somebody failing in class. You know, their grades start to come down. You know, being a generous person I am, I'm going to help you out. Nah, that's on you. You know. You see somebody, you see a robbery going on. Being a generous person I am. You know, you see some domestic violence going on. I'm not even gonna take it there. I'm done. Yeah, sometimes my jokes get way out of hand, so I'm never gonna take it there. You should always. I'm gonna shut up that personal opinion. Everybody is entitled to that. I'm not even gonna go there with domestic violence. Nope, not today.
Over to see if anything was wrong. As I approached, I noticed the person wasn't moving at all.
Oh.
They were just sitting upright. They didn't seem to notice that I was even there. His head never turned. Are you okay? There was no answer.
Oh, no, that's
no
it.
acknowledgement that I had said anything.
Oh, wow.
The man was poorly dressed, rather pale, but surprisingly clean-shaven. He was oddly skinny, though.
Keep going.
And the more I focused on him, the more I realized how abnormally skinny he was.
Keep going.
I, was driving by and noticed you. I wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Come on.
Still nothing.
She
was staring straight at the ground. I sat there awkwardly for a couple of seconds, until I finally saw his jaw move.
I need some water.
His voice was deep. It didn't sound like a person. I can't quite explain it, but his voice just sounded off.
I need some water in my ass. You better pray to God on that ass, because I'm not giving you no water. You better pray he, do like some overcast and make it rain on you, because I don't got no water. Oh, damn. You see all this Fiji water? Best water, hands down. No complaints, no arguments. Case closed. Period. Fiji water is the best water, hands down. That's all I'm saying. You see all this water? No, that's not water. It look like a water, but it's not water. It's fake water. Matter of fact, it's poisonous to random strangers that I see on the open road. So I mean, it's safe for me to eat. It's safe for my coworkers. I said eat. It's safe for me to drink. It's safe for my coworkers to drink, my family to drink. Right? You know, my gym people, it's okay for them. It's okay for my neighbors to drink. But like to you, random person, stranger on the side of the road, nah, it's not for you. It's poisonous. It's gonna kill you. Spot on. You touch the bottle, you dead. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Fiji water, hands down. Best water in the game.
Okay, man. Let me grab you some out of my car. walked to the passenger door and reached for my bottle of water.
Keep your eyes on him.
Before I could even reach it, though, I just sensed that something was off.
Oh.
I jolted my head where the man was sitting. He was gone.
Yeah, you need to be gone.
I was now panicking. I didn't know where he went to.
Come on.
I closed the passenger door and took a quick look around. I heard movement from behind a rock about 10 to 20 feet off the road. A man came out from behind the rock, but it was not the same man.
Oh, shit.
This guy looked absolutely nuts, and he was holding something in his hand.
He in cahoots.
He started running towards me.
It's a
I
setup.
then jumped into my car and took off down the road.
You should have been did that.
As I looked into my rearview mirror, I realized that there was more of them.
Wow.
Maybe 5 or 6, all emerging from behind the rocks right off the road. They were all staring at me as I sped off. I had no intention of slowing down. In fact, I would have been happy if I got pulled over by a cop. Within 3 to 4 minutes of that happening, I felt relaxed enough to play some music. I took one last glance into my rearview mirror. My blood then turned to ice.
Oh my God, why?
I was in complete shock when I saw the man who I had offered the water to sitting in my back seat, just staring at me. His eyes, they weren't looking at me. They were looking into me. I, of course, then slammed on my brakes, still in too much shock to make any noise.
And that's when, at that point, in your situation, that's when you just pass the clock out. Obviously, you don't have no Adidas on you, so you can't really go nowhere. So, I mean, run from it. Wait, what's it? What they don't say? Run from it. Oh, dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives. Or should I say, not me, because you don't call me. Don't call me to come and save you. I told you not to go out there, but you didn't want to listen to me. So that's on you. You know? Yo, how the heck? You down. You have to pass out. Right, you have to pass out. You can't go nowhere. You can't run. You can't. It's a mother clucker in your truck, in your vehicle, in your car. You got on probably like some Jordans, Air Maxes, I don't know, Vans, Nike. You got anything on but Adidas. Dark as hell. Right, open land on both sides of the road. You got about 4 or 5 other mother cluckers in the back. I mean, you're clucked. There's nothing else you can do. Nothing. At all. So I mean, I have nothing else to say to you. I feel nothing towards you. I have no sympathy. I have no. I'm not saying sorry. I'm not saying nothing. That's on you. And only you. Nobody else. And don't put that on nobody else. You're clunked. Enough said.
I couldn't take my eyes off of him. He then started to smile. The look of death was on his face.
Soon, you will be one of us.
Yeah, alright.
He stated as he lifted up his knife. I jolted out of my car, and as soon as I did, I could hear my back door opening up. This man was very fast, inhumanly fast, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to outrun him for long.
You would if he had on Adidas.
Are you ready?
The deep voice said, as he quickly approached me. It was now completely dark out. I had no clue where to go. It was over, or so I thought. There were headlights approaching us. At this point, I was a couple 100 feet from my car. I didn't hear the man behind me anymore. I waved down the car that was approaching me. Thank God the driver saw me and stopped. After explaining to the man what happened, He tried calling the police, but sadly, there was no signal. His name was Mark, and he agreed to follow me home just in case anything else happened. He also had a pistol on him, which really made me feel safe. After about 35 minutes of driving with Mark behind me the whole way, I finally made it back home. After thanking him, I went to go check the back seat of the car to see if my stuff was still there, or if the man had left anything. Luckily, everything was still there. I did, however, notice a sheet of paper on the top of my backpack. I took it and opened it up.
You aren't safe. You will soon be one of us.
The note read. A chill ran through my body. I was startled by the sound of footsteps in front of my car and jolted up. The dog threw up, my mom said, standing right in front of my car. I went back inside. I didn't say anything to my parents. They probably wouldn't have believed me anyway.
I would have.
I figured that I would call the police and let them know what happened after they left. Oh yeah, some guy stopped by looking for you about 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
Who? I asked. I don't know, it was some skinny guy with a really deep voice. He didn't talk much, but he did give me this letter to give to you, so here. But try to find more normal friends, please. My heart was racing. As soon as my parents left, I opened it.
We know where you live.
Oh my God.
The letter read. My heart sank. After calling the cops and explaining everything, they investigated it for a while. But sadly, they found no sign of people along the section of road I was on. I gave them the letter for DNA testing, but I still haven't heard anything back. I installed the security system to my house and haven't had any problems since. And I hope to God it stays that way.
I'm gonna tell you up front, if I was that guy and I seen you on the side of the road, hurt and all that, I would have just kept going. I would have kept going.
There is a single stretch of I-70 in Utah between Salina and Green River.
Oh yeah.
Over 100 miles with no services,
Okay.
no hotels, no restaurants or gas stations of any kind.
You got me clucked up.
There are only some viewing areas where you can pull off the road.
You need to view some
It's a hell of
Adidas.
a drive. And don't get me wrong, those Utah mountains are stunning in the daytime. And at night, you have one of the clearest views of the stars you can find. But 100 miles is a long way to go, especially at night. Anyone who has driven that stretch of interstate can tell you, it's not very busy, even during the day. Approaching dusk, traffic becomes even more scarce. And by the time the middle of the night rolls around, you can drive for miles and miles and not see headlights from another car. And don't even get me started on cell service out there. Definitely not a place you want to be stuck in, especially at night. The thought of breaking down out there on a dark night with no one around for miles is enough to give anyone second thoughts about attempting the drive. Unfortunately for me, I was in a hurry, so I decided to go for it. A little backstory. I'm originally from a city called Lincoln in Nebraska, mostly known for the college sports team, the Cornhuskers. I was born and raised there. I lived there up until I was about 25, and then I decided that since I was single, with no kids, that now was the time to get out there and explore. So I accepted a job in LA and moved out west. Most of my family still lives in Lincoln, so I try to go back and visit every once in a while. This particular Sunday, I got a call from my mom around 2 p.m. My grandpa, who had been in a nursing home since he had a stroke, was getting a lot worse. They didn't expect him to make it to the end of the week. So if I wanted to go and see him, I should do so sooner rather than later.
Low key, and I'm talking about low key. Nursing homes, hospitals, and anything similar to that creeps me the hell out. Low key. Not low to mid key, not mid to high key, definitely not high key, but like low key. nursing homes and hospitals and anything in between or similar to that creeps me the hell out. So if I'm ever in a nursing home or in a hospital, I'm making sure I am in and out. I don't know why they creep me out so much, but they do. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know if y'all can relate to that in the comment section below. Cause, yeah, man. Never really liked nursing homes and hospitals. I don't know why. Just don't.
Unfortunately, I was out of a job, but this meant that I had the time to go and see him. Last-minute flights can be rather expensive, so I decided to drive. I had made the drive before. It certainly wasn't fun, but it was a much cheaper option, and I figured I should try and drive all the way through. And luckily for me, I had gotten my car serviced a couple of weeks prior. 2 hours later, I was packed up and on the road with my dog, Chance.
Okay.
It was a pretty uneventful drive for the most part.
That's an ironic
Daylight
thing.
faded, and I remember being disappointed that I would be driving through Utah and most of Colorado at night, and I would miss out on the beautiful scenery. I love looking at the stars, but it's hard to enjoy them when you're driving 80 miles per hour. And since I was in a hurry, I wouldn't be stopping to get a better look. So I resigned myself to just singing loudly to keep myself awake. We've all been there, right? A little after midnight, I finally got to Salina, Utah. I passed the billboard that warned motorists of what's to come. No service for 110 miles.
Damn.
It's paid for by the city of Salina, and it's a good thing, too. According to the gas station attendants, several times each week someone comes walking up to the building because they ran out of gas. So I stopped and filled up, and was immediately back on the road.
Okay.
It had snowed recently. The roads were clear, but there was still snow shoveled off to the sides. Now, I'm the kind of driver that speeds everywhere I go.
Me too.
The speed limit on this particular stretch of road is usually around 80 miles per hour, so I'm typically going about 90, except on the steep grades, which there are plenty. I've been driving about 30 minutes at this point. I had passed a few cars several miles back, but they're too far gone to even see their headlights. Have you ever driven on a road alone late at night?
Hell
and
yeah.
just marveled at how dark it actually is?
Hell yeah.
And how alone you actually are?
It's not fun.
Sometimes when I'm on a drive like that, and I get to a long stretch of road, I like to turn my headlights off as I'm driving.
What the hell? God, I hope I put like Patrick here doing that pose. Otherwise, it was just me be looking real stupid. Fuck, man. I mean, I did that just to see like how dark it is. But yo, I've done that like on like side roads, and I was with somebody, like a couple of people, and yeah, and when I did that for like a second, if that. Wow. You straight tripping.
For a few seconds, just to see how it really looks when there's almost no light around.
Turn it back
It's
on.
almost cathartic. Suddenly, as I'm driving, I hear a loud pop,
Wow.
and the car jerks right.
Wow.
Or maybe it was left. I can't remember. My low tire pressure indicator is flashing, and I slam on the brakes after I straighten out the car. I pull over to the side of the road and put on my emergency lights. Chance is going nuts. I've blown out a tire before, so I already know what to expect as I step out of the car. My right front tire is completely flat, and I tried to examine the tire more closely to see what actually happened, but even with the flashlight on my iPhone, it's still too dark to see. I checked my phone, and of course, there's no cell service. I roll down the rear passenger window so Chance can stick his head out and get some fresh air while I replace the tire. I get to work, grumbling under my breath that, of course, I'm just about halfway to Green River, and I'll have to go the rest of the way on my spare tire, which would significantly slow me down. I removed the spare tire and the jack from the trunk and went to go get started. As I made my way back up to the front of my car, I froze.
Oh my god.
Someone was walking towards me, their silhouette barely visible at the very edge of my headlights. Chance didn't make a sound. They continued walking until they were about 30 feet away from my car.
Way too close.
I couldn't make out any distinct features. They were just tall. 6'5", maybe 6'6". At this point, no cars had passed me going east since I had pulled over. So after the initial shock of seeing another person, my first thought was, where did this person come from?
Chance probably
They
gone.
just stood there, unmoving, staring at us. Chance still didn't make a sound.
Chance
He
gone.
was now staring at the figure ahead like I was.
Oh, okay.
I won't lie. I was scared shitless.
Oh, yeah.
Who was this person?
I would have shit it.
Where did they come from? And why were they just staring at me? Why isn't Chance barking at them like he does everything else that moves? I put down my spare tire and hesitantly asked, "Hello?" I was still hoping that my eyes were playing tricks on me. No response. They didn't move a muscle.
Yo.
It was under 10 degrees and they weren't even shivering.
Whoa, damn.
"Hello?" I asked again, a little louder this time. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if this person requires assistance more than I do. I open my mouth to speak again, when I finally hear something. "Do you need help?"
Nah, I'm
The
good.
man faintly asked me. For the first time, I can tell that it was a man, based on his voice. It wasn't as deep as you might expect from a man his size, which struck me as odd, but he still hadn't moved. "Where did you come from?" I asked. "I didn't see any taillights in front of me, and no one has passed me since I pulled over. How long have you been out here?" I started walking towards the front of my car slowly, the tire iron clenched firmly in my hand. The man made no visible movements, but again he said, "Do you need help?" I stopped walking and tried to get a better look. I couldn't make out any physical features, but I could tell he wasn't dressed for winter.
Come on.
I was in sweatpants, a winter jacket, and was still freezing.
Come
But here
on.
was this man wearing a short-sleeved shirt. He kept his face pointing down the whole time. At this point, I'm really starting to freak out. "Do you need help?"
No! Mother clucker, I don't need help. I'm okay. Trust me on this one. So back up off me. Okay? Back up off me. Please. I don't want to have to put my hands on you, man. Okay? Please. Don't just back away slowly. Because you already creeping me the hell out. Chance. I'm going to need you to... Alright, so he's out of here. We're not going to say nothing, Chance. We just going to stay calm and haul ass. Alright? Come on now.
This time, his voice sounded all wrong, as if he was struggling with each word. I started inching my way around the front of my car, to the driver's side door. If nothing else, I could get in my car and lock the doors. I still had my tire iron, but I never thought of myself as a physically impressive person, and I knew that if it came down to it, this tire iron may not help me overcome the difference in stature. He spoke again. "Do you need help?
Dude.
Do you need help?" Do you need help?
No, I don't.
His voice becoming more urgent. He finally takes a step towards me, still repeating, Do you need help? Do you need help? He was speaking faster. I quickly moved around the car and found the driver's door handle. Just as I'm about to pull it open, a light appears behind me. I instinctively turn around to see a pair of headlights coming my way down the interstate. Chance starts barking loud. I whip back around, expecting to see the man closing in on me. But he was gone. Chance was still barking. Hello? I yell out, but there was nothing. No breathing, no movement, no response. I stood there for a couple of seconds, unsure of what was happening. The car coming down the highway passes me. They don't stop. I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Would you stop for a random car on the side of a desolate road?
Hell
I didn't
no.
even think about waving them down. I was still trying to process what happened.
Stop processing.
Did I imagine that whole thing? I walk ahead, approaching the area where the man was standing. There was footprints in the snow. They began where the man was standing, stretching into the distance down the road. I still held my tire iron. I turned on the flashlight on my phone and followed the footsteps. They went for about 10 feet, then turned. They went right off the road to the south and disappear. No, I'm not stupid enough to go following footsteps through the Utah wilderness in the middle of the night. But damn it, I was curious. More headlights coming up from behind me brought me back to my senses. I went back to my car, changed the tire, and was back on my way.
Did you?
Albeit at a much slower pace. The rest of the trip was as uneventful as the beginning, and I didn't feel the need to mention the encounter to anyone. Sure, it was freaky, but I still wasn't altogether convinced that I didn't imagine the whole thing. It was late, and I had been driving for almost 9 hours straight. But I will tell you one thing for sure. I definitely don't want to drive that way again to find out.
Late my ass. You know if you see somebody. You know if you see somebody coming up on you. No, don't give me that. Late my ass.
There's always a reason
You didn't get me this
to be
time.
afraid.
You didn't get me this time. Nope. Oh, I'm always off beat. Hey, you can't tell me that instrumental was not fire. It's kind of late for me right now. Um, my eyes are about to give out at any second. But I'm so tired that I forgot what happened in the first story. What? Oh, okay. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Now I remember. I don't know which one took the cake. I don't know which one was at the most clucked up list. I don't know which one was at the top of the charts. I don't I don't know. I mean, cause they both did some clucked up. Yeah. Several. They did a lot. They both stories, both peoples in both stories did several clucked up shit. But I don't know which one took the cake though. I don't know which one put the cherry on top. I don't know which one took the last bite. I mean, if I had to choose, there's gonna be story one. There's gonna be story two. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Wait. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My Adidas told me though to pick this one right over here, mo. All right, I guess we're going with story one. So he stopped. Everybody knows, and if you don't know, let me tell you. Listen closely, please. Everybody know, you should know. If you driving, right, and you see somebody on the side of the road, unless you know that mother clucker, unless you know that person, right, and I'm talking good, don't stop. Don't even think about stopping. Don't even give them no eye contact. You know, if you driving and your windows are rolled down, right, and you're about to pass the person that's on the side of the road, looking for some help doing this shit, you know, you better roll your windows up and just look forward, And then when you pass the person that's on the side of the road, don't even look back. Don't look in your side mirrors. Don't look in your rear view mirror, and do not hit that person with one of these. Nah, nah. You just keep going, okay? Because the chances of you knowing that person that's on the side of the road looking for some help is pretty slim. Gotta be honest with you on that. And the chances of it being a setup, it's kind of 50-50 on that. But I didn't know it was a setup in story number 1, but like now that I think about it, and when I put some pieces together, low key, I guess I knew low key that it was a setup, because the mother clucker didn't move until you got real close, and then a whole bunch of other mother cluckers came out the bushes on them, came out the rocks on them. Just don't be stopping for people, especially if you don't know them and you don't know them. And I understand you trying to be nice. I understand that you generous. You may be a gentleman. You may be a... What's the... I don't want to call a female or a woman, a gentleman, a gentle woman. I don't know. What do you call it? What do you call females? Like for men, for guys, when they treat a female right, or when they treat a person right, you get called a gentleman, a gentleman. But then, what do you call a female that does that? A gentle woman? I don't know. A princess? I don't know. But yeah, both people in both stories was clucking up. But I had to choose what story I wanted to talk about after the video was over. But goddamn. And in story number 2, you would have never been in that situation if you never cut off your lights like a dumbass. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be disrespectful. But sometimes you just have to call it out like it is, And when I said, I told y'all that I did that for like half of a second. I cut off my headlights and it was dark shit. I was a dumbass. Alright. Thank God I didn't run over nothing or crash. Wow. Now that I really think about it, that was really stupid. But yeah, don't don't just be cutting off your headlights in darkness, like, and you on the road. Like, come on, don't do that, please. I'm gonna need y'all to stay safe. I'm gonna need y'all to be alive, stay alive for as long as possible. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I care about y'all too much, way too much. We family and all that. We kinfolk, brothers and sisters, cousins and uncles. Half sisters, half brothers. You know, moms and dads. I say aunts. Am I missing a family member title? Mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle. Am I missing something? Half sister, half brother. I think I got everything. I'm really trying to think of what other titles. Yeah, I can't really think no more. I'm tired. So yeah, man. Just you see somebody on the road, drive right past them, and if you can, ram up your engine, so you know, and that they know, that you just don't give a cluck. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family, my beautiful, sexy family. Wow, that was weird.